Hayden had a fantastic World Cup. And he's carried on where he left off. First delivery, 4 to Matty Hayden.
It's amazing to think. In fact, he should be sending a crate of champagne to Daniel Vettori every month, because you go back to the season in Australia, the one-day season last summer in Australia. He was, I think, about to get dropped from the one-day side. Daniel Vettori dropped him, I think, on naught. He went on and got 100, and he has not looked back since that moment. Had a tremendous World Cup, and now he started the World 2020 in dramatic form. So Hayden, he should be sending off champagne to Daniel Vettori.
Swing and a miss. No, he's nicked it. Given. Taibu takes the catch. Zimbabwe have their first wicket.
Well, that's a tremendous start for Zimbabwe. Ball just moving off the seam a little bit. 7 for 1.
Hayden's gone, just his second delivery, flashing at a wide one. Just bounced a fraction. Taylor is keeping wicket for Zimbabwe, takes an easy catch.
Well, Chigumbura hasn't been bowling a lot lately for Zimbabwe, but he started in terrific form here.
That's gone straight up in the air. There is a man in the deep. Takes the catch. Australia have lost 2 early wickets. Gilchrist has gone. Australia are 12 for 2.
Gilchrist, one of his favourite shots, the pull shot, but on that occasion I don't think the ball came to him quite as quickly as he expected, and it certainly didn't bounce as much. Hence he got underneath it, plenty of elevation, and Elton Chigumbura, who hasn't been bowling a lot of late, which has surprised me. I think he's a damn good bowler.
Too high and probably going down the leg side as well. Just with that tennis ball bounce I've been talking about, has to be really full to get an LBW. Up in the air, third man's trying to get to it, he gets underneath it, takes the catch. 3 early wickets, Zimbabwe, well, they're celebrating. Australia 19 for 3.
Well, I tell you what, the Zimbabwean fielders haven't got nervous. They've had a couple of skiers and they've done well in the outfield. Something they're going to have to do well, because they're definitely outskilled in bowling and batting. But Gary Brent has struck now, and 3 Australian wickets down with just 19 on the board.
It's a nice shot. Andrew Simons carving that one behind point. It'll be a boundary to finish the 7th over. It's 32 for 3.
And there's projected scores at this current rate, 107. That won't be pleasing the Australians. 8 and over 136. I think that'll be a competitive score on this pitch. 10 and over will take 158. Will be out of reach, I think, for Zimbabwe.
Ooh. Mike Hussey, he's not going just yet in those feet. He's trying to get the tootsies going, but they're still in the locker room or in the practice nets. They've been working hard, the Aussies, to get the rust out of the system. You see coming down, trying to change the length. That's what using the feet is all about. Oh, there's a chance here. There's a genuine chance. Direct hit. And it's one of those that as a batsman, for a direct hit, often you feel you're just home, but most times you're just out. Let's have a look at this. This is a big wicket for Zimbabwe if they can get it.
Well, this is going to be a massive wicket. Zibanda, that's gone, I think. To see that one again. Hussey trying to desperately lunge back. Good piece of fielding, good technique fielding. Underarm flick, and he's short by 6 inches. So Hussey is the Australian 4th wicket. Zibanda, brilliant work from square cover. And that's definitely the 4th man down for Australia.
It will come through on the board any moment. You have a look at the Zimbabweans go off. It's there it is. Brilliant fielding, inspirational. They have done nothing wrong today, and now it's 48 for 4.
Well, Mike Hussey departs for 15. Bit of a disaster for Australia. He's the guy who normally sees them home in matches, bats through to the end.
Well, that's a start. Flat, down the ground, 1 bounce, 4. This way to makes way. Zimbabwe on top in this game. You can see an upset coming here.
You need a new set of glasses, mate.
Oh, I thought that'd get a reaction. Crunched away through the offside, Brad Hodge. This partnership is just starting. 18 deliveries, 26 on the board between these two, Simons and Hodge.
That's not the place to bowl, because that's the short boundary. Get Australians heading towards the brewery. They get a sniff of the brewery, they'll be fine.
Some habits never change. So if Australia continue at this rate, they will get 120. You'd think that that's not enough. Masakadze into the attack. He's not just getting hold of these, you can see. Enormous man, Andrew Simons. He flexes his muscles, and you're looking at the boundaries here, and you look at the grounds. Not big enough, and he's just getting the ball on the inside edge or the outside edge. Oh, that's big. That's big. First 6, Brad Hodge.
Well, first 6 of the evening. The first 6 came up very early last night in Johannesburg, and they just kept flowing. 10 of them to Chris Gale alone. But it's taken into the 14th over. Brad Hodge, only a little guy, but he's quite a powerfully built batsman.
Well, he's a fine player, he's Hodge, Victorian.
You've been listening to Bill Laurie too much, you have, Bumble.
My hero, Bill. But he's a good player, he's Brad Hodge.
Just because he's a Victorian doesn't mean that he has to be a good player. Don't listen to Bill all the time.
Now then, he thinks he's got him. And from that position, it looks like he has. Simons has slipped. Taylor just thinks he's got his man. Third umpire has been called for. Let's look, square on.
Well, he stumbles at the last second, and I think Taylor's got the right moment to whip the bails off. Another big wicket. Simon's gone. It's 86 for 5.
We still on now. There it is, there's the decision. Zimbabwe doing brilliantly. Simons has gone, it's 86 for 5.
Well, that's a good piece of work by Brendan Taylor. He had to get the timing right to get the bails off. Simons was in the crease, just overbalanced a little bit, and Brendan Taylor picked the precise moment to whip the bails off. Just couldn't keep his balance. Good work there by Taylor, and he got congratulated by Taitenda Tebu.
Down the leg side, another good take from Taylor. Signalled wide. Let's go down to Pommy and Bangwa.
Well, yeah, I've got Adam Gilchrist with me. Gilly, you've been out there. Tell us about the pitch, the pace of it.
Yeah, pretty slow. Yeah, and taking us a fair while to get used to, really. So, yeah, everyone talks about giving yourself a bit of time to get in. We probably haven't done that well enough, but it's a bit naggy and totally different conditions to Joburg where we've been training. But no excuse, a few bad shots.
Okay, now we spoke to Stuart Clark a bit earlier, and he spoke about 8 and over as a target to get to try and defend. 91 for 5 off the 15. You reckon you still can get up there?
Got some work to do, haven't we? And Simo's just got out, which is to a very fine bit of keeping, I must say. But hopefully we can scrap enough. We've got a couple of big hitters, Brett Lee to come in, Nathan Bracken and Mitchell Johnson can all clear the rope. But it's tough to find the boundary on these conditions.
It's not so much the hitters that you're worried about at this time, I suppose, because you've just got 5 overs to go.
That's right. We've just got to make sure we score off every ball, really, and try and form some sort of total. But, yeah, we're under pressure here. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I spoke to Ricky Ponting at the start, said something about rustiness. I said that, and he said all that talk's got to go out the window. Big game, got to turn up and perform. Yeah,
that's right, and we haven't done it so far, but who knows? We'll see at the end of the night. We're not sure yet what a competitive total is in these conditions. We've seen the ball flying everywhere in Johannesburg and in the practice games. A bit different here, so we'll just see where it ends up, and hopefully we'll have at least one more than what Zimbabwe's got.
Okay, well, your thoughts on 2020?
Oh, like everyone's saying, it's good fun, isn't it? The crowd are loving it. So again, like what I said about this game, we'll see at the end of this tournament just how serious it is and how everyone's taking it.
Okay, that's a big hit, huge hit. It's gone for 6 more runs to Australia. It's Brad Hodge there putting in the boot, as it were, the big hits that you were talking about.
Yeah, a few more of those would be nice. Hopefully we can close it out.
Second 6 for Brad Hodge. Mariwa's been deposited in deep mid-wicket. 2020 experience with Lancashire and Leicestershire. Low full toss. 2 men in the deep, patrolling that short boundary. Only 9 for 5. What do you think they're targeting now, Graham?
Well, I think if they can get another 40 or so, 40, they'll be happy with it. 140, I remember you mentioned that right at the beginning. Interesting, we talked in this 2020 beforehand about having variety, but on this pitch, the old good areas holds true.
Line and length, brilliantly fielded in the deep. Zimbabwe have been hot in the deep. 2 runs, 101 for 5. That's up in the air. I don't think he's got all of it. Mid-on comes round, takes the catch. The fielding's good, the catching's good. 102 for 5, Australia. Brad Haddon's gone. Australia 103 for 6.
And the 6th wicket goes down. Brad Haddon trying to go aerial. Every time that's happened for Australia tonight, it's gone into a safe pair of Zimbabwean hands. Zimbabwe takes the catch. And Zimbabwe's out cricket has been absolutely outstanding. Zimbabwe taking another comfortable catch, making good ground, keeping his eye on the ball. Absolute perfect technique. 6 down Australia, only 102 on the board, into the 17th over. Real trouble for the Aussies. It's the batting card. Not good reading if you're from down under. All is not lost yet, still 3 overs, still a chance of getting up to 140, which I think will be a tough total to chase.
Hodge 28 off 18. Lee 1 off 1. Brett Lee on strike. Now will he go for the short boundary or will he try and rotate the strike and give it back to Hodge? It looks like he's swinging. Don't worry about giving it back to Hodge. Taibu the bowler.
Interesting move this, isn't it? Taibu, I thought he was a wicket keeper, now he's a round arm slinger bowler who's come on now at the Kelvin Grove end. Can't see Hodge and Lee resisting him at his pace with a short boundary towards the brewery.
Taibu the keeper, Taibu the bowler. He's not a very tall man. And he slings it down. Very round arm action. And Lee, first delivery, had a massive pickup, trying to slog it to the leg side.
We talk about variation in 2020, and Taibu let him have the full toss there because he was setting himself there to go over mid-wicket. Completely surprised him.
Full and swung away through the offside. 4 runs to Lee.
It's more of the shot we've expected to see in 2020. The front leg of the batsman going away towards the leg side, giving room for the bat to come through and just smash it through the line.
There he goes again, he goes offside. There is a man out there. It's gone over his head, it's gone for 6.
Third 6 of the Australian innings. This one for Brett Lee, 2 for Brad Hodge, his partner. That's clearing the boundary.
Trying to get it in the block hole. Good over for Australia, 13 runs from it. 119 for 6.
You played against him, Nas, haven't you?
Yeah, a long time ago. He wasn't much quicker back then, but he's doing a fine job now. 3 overs, 1 for 10, opening spell. And he's bowled him. Started well and he's come back well. Australia 119 for 7.
Well, Brett Lee going for that big hit, trying to repeat that 6 of the last over. He goes 7 down for 119 Australia. Here's Brent, deadly quality. You bowl straight, they miss, even knocks a stump out of the ground. Going for that big mid-wicket slog, but not connecting.
Just trying to push one, he gets none. So ball's been used up, Hodge off strike. Problems for Australia. Zimbabwe deserve it, everything they're getting. They've been quite brilliant so far this evening. Johnson goes the other way, he's had enough of blocking it. Full toss, he puts away for 4.
A nice controlled shot from Mitchell Johnson. Freebie of a ball on this wicket. If you hit the deck on a length, even at medium pace, it does something, but full toss is an absolute gift. A nice bit of time in there.
Slower ball, gets through the offside. There's no one in the deep, they're all on the leg side boundary. They take the 3, even though it means that Hodge is off strike and Johnson's on strike. Good over, 128 for 7. Down the pitch, Hodge swings it hard, swings it through extra cover, swings it for 4.
Well, Hodge not going for mid-wicket this time. Using the same technique we saw Herschel Gibbs and Chris Gale last night. He walks down the wicket, gives himself room like a baseball player. Front foot goes out to leg and just flays it through the offside. The old coaching manual's gone out the window, Nas.
The coaching manual in 2020. Pick your bat up and hit it as hard as you can. No, there's confusion. He's got to go. Yes, he does. One stump to aim at. Brilliant from the wicket keeper. Brent with the throw, Taylor with the run out. Australia 134 for 8.
Well, Mitchell Johnson goes for 9. Taylor behind the stumps is having a dream night. Everything's going right for him. He's got a stump in, he's got a catch. Now he's run out Mitchell Johnson. It's the 8th wicket gone down. Brad Hodge not connecting with that square cut. Ball going down to third man, Brent. Gets the throw, Johnson turned back. Good work from Taylor. Good pick up and throw from Brent. Zimbabwe's outfielding has been outstanding tonight.
3 deliveries left, 134 for 8. Just 2 wickets left for Australia. Gets it past backward point. Comes back for 2. Hodge wants 3. No, he'll have to settle for 2.
This outfielding, Nas, from Zimbabwe tonight is the sort of outfielding you normally associate with Australia.
It's something that Zimbabwe always had, something they were in control of, was their fielding. Might not have skills at other levels, but they have shown those skills here tonight on a pitch that suits their type of bowler. Bracken swings straight back over the bowler's head. Will it plug? Yes, it does. They come back for 2.
Well, whether it's deliberate or not, Zimbabwe are keeping Brad Hodge away from the strike, and that's good. 10 runs from the over, though. It's a decent over. Could be worse if Hodge would have been on strike.
Last delivery of the innings, chipped in the outfield, carries all the way to deep extra cover. That sums up the innings. Brilliant outfielding from Zimbabwe. Australia bowled out for 139.
Sabanda takes the catch, and that's the end of the Australian innings. 138 for 9 off their 20. Not the score they were looking for. Zimbabwe, nothing other than impressive tonight. And that's Bracken just swinging, getting the toe end of the bat out to deep cover. Another comfortable catch. Zimbabwe, fantastic performance from them.
A disappointing scorecard from the Australians, with Hayden, Gilchrist and Ponting all back in the dressing room with just 19 on the board. Some runs from Andrew Simons, 33, and Bradley Hodge with 35, adding some respectability to that score. The Zimbabwe bowlers, some good figures here. Chigumbura, 3 overs, 3 for 20, 2 for 19 in 4 overs from Gary Brent. Mupariwa making his debut, 3 overs, none for 23. Chibaba, 3 overs, none for 17. 1 for 28 in 4 overs from the skipper, Prosper Utseya. Taitenda Taibu, 2 overs, none for 21. And Hamilton Masakadza picking up 1 for 9 in his 1 over. So the Zimbabwean bowlers have done a great job. They've dismissed the Australians for 138, and now Zimbabwe's batsmen need to score 139 to pull off a great win for the Zimbabweans at Newlands in Cape Town. We'll see their reply after the break.
Edged, wide of slip, away for 4.
Well, a very thick edge, and it really flew. Ricky Ponting, I think, for a moment thought he had an opportunity. Australians might rue not having Brad Hogg in their side as well, because that sort of spin generally confuses batsmen.
Midon goes out to the deep, third man comes up. It's going to be full and straight from Bracken. It's wide and it's slashed away. Will it go for 4? The outfield is slow, but it skims across. Zimbabwe 13 without loss.
Well, picking up a boundary off the last ball makes it quite a reasonable over for Zimbabwe. They got 8 off the first. Only had 1 off this one until Sabanda chimed in with a last ball boundary. So things flowing with Zimbabwe at the moment.
Nice to pull that way. A little bit too quick for Sabanda, but he gets enough on it. Looks a bit stiff in the field. Comes back for 2.
Well, Sabanda doing a good job here. Taylor is going to get himself into strife. He's trying to play a little dab shot off Brett Lee. When you've got a slip in there, I just don't see the merit of that. But Sabanda is looking to attack, and then he added to it by coming back for the second run there. Aggressive running to back up some very good fielding from Zimbabwe earlier.
Swing through the offside, cracking shot, 4 runs.
Well, obviously the runs that he's been getting in international cricket of late have given him some confidence, Sabanda. They talked about him having a lot of skill. He just couldn't put it together at this level. And I guess there becomes the question, is he good enough to go that next step up? Well, having scored some runs of late, he's come into this tournament with a lot of confidence.
Great intent from Zabanda, going after Brett Lee. He looks determined, he's watching that ball. Short, swung away again, through the offside, short boundary, 4 more.
Well, someone's told Sabanda that Zimbabwe needs a hero with the bat, and he's decided he wants to be that man. And he's playing very well, and playing sensible cricket. Not just thrashing away as though his brain's somewhere else, but playing with a lot of thought as well as a lot of skill.
Zimbabwe need 115 from 102 deliveries at this stage. Australia were 14 for 2. Zimbabwe are 24 without loss. Down the pitch, over wide mid-wicket. It just plugs a little bit. They'll come back for 2. Zimbabwe have done everything right, not just their skills, but mentally. The right type of bowlers, the right fielding display, and now the right intent with the bat. Straight back over Bracken's head. 4 more for Zabanda. He's enjoying Australia bowling attack.
Well, this is the place for Zimbabwe to produce an upset. They've got plenty of support here tonight, and the support is growing with every ball and every boundary.
Edged and gone. Batsman walks off. First wicket for Australia, first wicket for Bracken, 31 for 1.
Well, he got a bit carried away there, Sabanda. He'd done everything right up until that point, but they really they had Australia struggling and reeling. But he just got a bit too carried away. Good length there from Bracken. Not up there to drive. And a nice angle to just clip the edge for Gilchrist.
Down the ground, beautiful shot. Nothing wrong with that cricket shot. Straight as you want, 4 runs. 38 for 1. Zimbabwe now need 101 from 90 deliveries after that beautiful boundary straight down the ground.
Legs inside the circle, that's another boundary.
It's the 7-4 coming up for Zimbabwe. 5 off the over so far. It's all looking comfortable for Zimbabwe at the moment. This little leg glance.
It's a psychological game for Zimbabwe, there's no doubt about it. They've got 9 wickets left, they need 96 runs. Everything's telling that it's plain sailing, and then you think, but it's Australia.
Zimbabwe, really. It's their game to win now. Australia got to produce something special to get back into this game.
Oh, that's a great shot. Beautiful shot, full of length. At the boundary and a shot. Just take some of this.
Well, you won't see a better cricket shot than this. The ball pitched up, full follow through, full face of the bat, straight back in the area, which is the best area in the game, straight over the bowler's head, no fielders there. Always a result.
Dot ball finishes the 6th over. It's 47 for 1. Good running. Simons. Good between the wickets, these two. Well, we just saw shots of some great players on a world stage, but it's little Zimbabwe. Yes, they're having fun. Do they believe they can win this match? It's all about that for me. Do you believe you can win? They're nearly up to 50, 49 for 1. Australia have got a game on.
It's a good single, that. That's all they've got to do, really. Try and get one a ball. Just keep their heads, keep scoring off every ball.
It's a super shot. Will it go for 4? It's a sluggish outfield. It gets there. 50 up Zimbabwe, 53 for 1. All high in the air. Keeper calls it. Gilchrist wants it. Gilchrist underneath. And he pouches. Puffed his cheeks out, Adam Gilchrist. He wanted the catch. Everybody moved away. Zimbabwe are 54 for 2. Well, 54 for 2. This is the second wicket. Zimbabwe gets the ball high in the air. He has to stretch at the end. Adam Gilchrist. Australia have got the second. Oh no, trouble, big trouble. Still big trouble. Any end will do. Comical. Everybody standing in amazement. Should have been 2 run-outs, 1 at each end, same batsman.
Well, Massakaneri wasn't happy with giving Australia a chance at one end. Here's the bit of fielding, good stop from Brad Hodge. He gives a shy at one end of the stumps. That's not good enough for him. Decides to take on. The constant thing for Zimbabwe at the moment with their batting is Taylor's there on 17 off 19 balls.
That's good, a boundary. Plugs in the outfield, but there's enough on it. Terrific boundary for Zimbabwe.
Well, good option from Taylor. Give himself a little bit of room. Johnson not reacting, pitching it short, giving him room to get his arms through in that vacant area over Gully's head.
Just as Michael Slater goes on about the urgency, would you believe it? Andrew Simons, of all people, misfields at extra cover.
Well, how often does that happen? You know, they make you look like a fool. You say something, and Andrew Simons, as you say, he is the best fielder out there and sets the standard for world fielding, to be honest with you. And it looks like it's a little bit sore after that one. There's no doubt Ricky Ponting, I don't know that he'll have anything in his pocket. The Australians are, or has he got it? He has got it. Out of the pocket it comes. He's having a look. He's not silly. He thought there's a little bit of rain creeping over Table Mountain. He'll have a quick look back at the scoreboard. It might be a bit confusing. I mean, he's only an Australian.
Up in the air. This will help Australia. This will help the Duckworth-Lewis factor. He's gone. Caught by Gilchrist. Another catch for Gilchrist. An easy chance. Max the Canary has gone for 3. Zimbabwe 70 for 4.
Always a long walk off, particularly when it's so close and you're trying to guide your side home. A young team, the Zimbabweans, and often that can work in your favour because you play with no fear. But not on this occasion. Just taking the wrong option, and it's Stuart Clark with the extra bounce. That's why the top edge came into play. Relief again for the Aussies.
Just the single will be difficult in the deep. Zimbabwe will have to run hard. The outfield's wet anyway before the start of play. It's getting damper by the minute. Wet ball. Ponting concerned about a number of things. The rain above, greasy underfoot. One thing I've noticed, Slats, when we looked at that board, that the Duckworth-Lewis changes every ball, not every over. In 50 over games, it's every over.
I think I've just turned to the right page now, Ness.
Well, the umpires are looking at each other. Ricky Ponting's looking at Duckworth-Lewis. Michael Slater's got our Duckworth-Lewis sheet. Where are we, Slats?
I'm quickly handing it to you, Nasser. It's always been one of those equations. But Australia definitely in front at this stage.
Well, Rayner stopped play. Let's have a look. 11.5 overs to tie 79, to win 80. 74 for 4. So Zimbabwe behind on Duckworth-Lewis. The rain has been stop-start here. And that's cut away, pressure release, 4 runs. 80 for 4.
Good finish for the over for Taylor. Using short ball from Brad Hodge. That ball racing across the outfield will be nice and wet now for Ricky Ponting. He didn't enjoy it.
Short, pulled away. 4 runs.
Simon's dropping short. Raza taking toll of that. Nice looking shot. That's what Zimbabwe need. Just to keep their heads. Hope they pick up a boundary here and there, get some singles. I think they should have a go at him, Nas, do you? I think they should take a chance against him before the seamers come back.
Well, they've done that, they've taken the chance, and they agree. Caught in the crowd, well caught. Goes all the way.
It's the first 6 for Zimbabwe. Massive strike from Taylor coming down the wicket. Had a look at his first over, getting plenty of bat on that. Just ease the pressure a little bit for Zimbabwe. 7 off 3 balls this over. Really sliced that shot, but still got enough bat on the ball.
Goes again, gets it past the bowler, gets it to mid-off. Just the single. Could Taylor be the hero? Kept beautifully. Catches, run out, stumping, and now he's 41 off 34 deliveries. Don't leave it to anyone else. Straight and full, and this is a good over. Sensible batting, gets the 6, and then plenty of singles. 9 from it, 1 delivery to go.
Just keep knocking that ball down the ground. No big risks off this last ball. 9 already off the over. Just take a single, move on to the next over. Try and target that over. Still well in the game here, Zimbabwe.
Tossed up, full toss, that could go all the way. That's huge. That's a few rows back. What an over for Zimbabwe. The 100 comes up. They're 102 for 4.
Taylor moves on to 47, 2 sixes in the over, 15 runs from it. What a performance. Taylor, the wicket-keeper, caught Hayden, effected a run out, stumped Simons. What a night for him. Could he be Zimbabwe's hero?
Push and go, offside again. This is good work from Zimbabwe. 50 on the board, a memorable 50. Taylor gets 50. Is he pleased? 50 from 38. 3 fours, 2 sixes. Charges it. Oh no. Dangerous. I'm gone. LBW, big shout. It's not bat. I thought it was bat first. Silly shot. Brett Lee doesn't get swept often. Doesn't get swept here. Zimbabwe 123 for 5.
It's difficult to do. Well, it's a difficult shot to play at Brett Lee's pace. It's cracked him right on the leg and well and truly in front. Not a tough decision there for Asad Rauf.
Well, everybody at home, where's your money? Who's going to win this one? Australia need to restrict Zim. Zimbabwe need 12. They've got 4. Down to fine leg. How's he done that? Does it matter?
Done it with the middle of the bat. Well, the keeper's up. That's a good move for Australia because it keeps Taylor at home. But he's outsmarted the left armour, Bracken, realising that Bracken's going to be full, right in the block hole, trying to bowl Yorkers. He's got it from just outside off stump with a little bit of bottom hand.
Need another boundary. Fine leg stays in. Field stays exactly the same. Where's Taylor going this time? Full length drive, single taken. He's had a mistake. Are they coming back for 2? No. Taylor has run past the stumps.
Well, if it's a tie, it's a bowl out. You're not allowed to have a tie in this competition. So we go to the bowl out. If it is a tie, the rain is coming down again just to add a little bit of drama.
7 from 4 deliveries. Ponting chats to Bracken. What has he said? Is the field changing? No, exactly the same. That conversation's all about line and length. Where's he going to bowl? Will it be a slow delivery? Where's it going this game? Full. Driven. Scramble for 2. Coming back for 2. This is be tight. 5 required from Zimbabwe. Look at these people.
I tell you what, forget about the dancers on the little platform. Everybody's dancing in the Zimbabwe crowd.
I can't forget about them. 5 from 3. Who'd want to be in there? Who would want to be in that dugout? Think about the next batsman in. Down the ground, driven, single. Puts Taylor on strike. 4 from 2. They're there, Zimbabwe. They've got to be there. Rain is falling. Oh, look at these boys. Look at this lot. This will be special.
Well, it would be appropriate if Taylor hits the winning runs because he's done everything for Zimbabwe. There's the old man. He would love to see it. And Ponting's got a few problems. He's just trying to sort it out. He's sending fine leg back now. That's probably not a bad move because Taylor has shown an inclination to try and flick the ball behind the stumps, whereas Chigumbura has hit the ball in front of the stumps pretty well every occasion.
This is pouring down now. The ball is really wet. We've seen Nathan Bracken trying to get this ball dry. Drama here at Newlands. Leg side, down the leg side, he's going for 4. Slow outfield. Is the ball getting there? It's 4. Leg buys. Just look at these scenes. Zimbabwe are there. Shake of the hand, you're not kidding. Charging round the field, Zimbabwe. It's a special scene here at Newlands. Look at this. Zimbabwe invading the pitch. Zimbabwe have beaten Australia.
Your glasses were right, Lloydie. But the incredible thing was they started to charge onto the field. the Zimbabwe team. They came flying out of the dugout. They got a few metres onto the field and then suddenly thought, hang on, it might be one more needed to win. But one guy, he just kept coming. And then the rest followed. But Taylor, whoa, won't there be a celebration for him tonight? What a game he's had, your man.
The Zimbabweans 139, reaching their target with just one ball to go. They got off to a good start with Vusi Sibanda and Brendan Taylor. And Brendan Taylor 60 not out at the end, with runs coming from Hamilton Masakaza 27 to steer the Zimbabweans home. Australia's bowlers: Brett Lee 4 overs 1 for 31, Nathan Bracken 1 for 25 in 3.5, Stuart Clark 2 for 22 in 4, Mitchell Johnson 1 for 26 in his 4 overs, Andrew Simons 2 overs none for 11, and Brad Hodge 2 overs none for 20. So the summary of this Group B match: Australia winning the toss 138 for 9, and in reply the Zimbabweans getting home with a ball to spare 139 for 5, and the Australians going down